stubborn idiot.
I come from a long line of stubborn idiots.
But don't shout so. You may work up an appetite.
I'll shout if I want to. I'll scream if I want to.
All right, scream.
Through themes and recurring conversations, I found myself in the towns east of Lake Michigan, fueled by an unnamed desperation. I set in a quest for a shared narration, and I thought back to moments I had listened for, like how the northern lands untouched were of the beauties not yet lost, but how the urban landscapes remained unlivable, or how the buildings of Detroit were home to the broken dreams of men, and in the shell of industry, emasculation. I thought to a sad yet common story, a man who found narcotic glory, but nothing left to lose his wife and family. And I thought if all the kids in Michigan are miserable or nihilistic, or caught in the traps of the games they're playing, what does it say for a shared narration? If all the kids in Michigan, 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 all the kids in Michigan are miserable or nihilistic. Jamie took the car out, drove downtown for the weekend. At the old abandoned parking lot we found reasons to believe again. Crumbling with the walls, we were there with a couple cans of spray paint. Jamie said, I'm not coming home again. Me and Tammy snuck out and met down on the subway. I'm telling Tammy, just get out of your house, she said. I wanna hear this fucking band play. The volume was beyond comprehension. Took it rough, like self-inflicted wounds. Tammy said, I'm not coming home again. Tammy said, I'm not coming home again. And all these hollowest of promises is how we strung each other on. Experimenting with survival techniques, we crossed the blurriest lines between right and wrong. Jamie said, when I wind up in jail, tell the world it was all for a purpose. Escape ain't the noblest cause, but if all you do is just pay lip service to your life, you'll wind up stuck eternally. You can tell Tammy that. You can tell her, get out of this town today. It's 7,000 channels. Disassociation. I found Tammy, her head all slowing down, and she said, come on, give me my vacation. There was something about the air out that night. I sworn if I kissed another friend goodbye,
wife and children, say his daily prayers, and who has the right, as master of the house, to have the final word at home? The Papas! The Papas! Tradition!
Things that have made me, I count myself lucky. I consider it fortune for things like how I wasn't taught at a young age to respect my elders. I thank goodness for my absence of a father. He could have taken me out, we'd have gone camping. Could have learned to wield my body as a weapon. These are things that I won't miss. I remember sitting in the car with my dirty old man as he explained how she had asked for it and how it was her fault. I'm only glad I didn't take the farewell. I remember telling my mother, when's the last time I saw my father? No regrets for what else I've been missing. 'Cause I'm not jealous of a well-adjusted family, only killing time till they learn their anomaly or help the wounded ones, the children, all of vengeful fathers when everyone I know is still standing in the shadows of the men who left their mark. I'd rather be left in the dark. And if our fathers were our role models for God, and they failed us, what does that tell us about our supposed omnipotent savior? Except we're all born to fiction, daily recreated. Play the roles from the stories we learned as kids. Who bends out, who plays God isn't fated. Every boy on this earth should have his head stuck up his ass. We're all just like our dads, we keep learning the same shit again. And I wonder how long till it ends well. I remember when my dirty old man told me how I'd grow up to be just like him when I got old. What a bizarre thing to be told, to be told. Do you need a messiah? Are you waiting to call upon a larger icon to rely on? Do you need a messiah? Are you waiting for Jesus? Are you waiting for MLK to rise from the grave and lead us? Don't you know how they needed us? Are we searching for guidance? Are we scared that the things we need are things that we can't find inside us? Are they things that we hide from ourselves? I'd like to believe and I'd like to believe that these sermons and preachers amounted to more than a lot of hot breath, but I will not be led any longer through the desert. I'd like to think that the things we put faith in amounted to more than just vague aberrations. If we don't have faith in ourselves, then it begs the question. The concession of power, resignation to follow on. These are the words that turn sour. ask ourselves, do we need a Messiah? Will what we've waited for come along? Or should we get on our feet and walk?
Miss May, I know you get real sad sometimes. My daddy never feels. He never felt anything. I'd rather be like you.
Gerald Lee Palmer raises his daughter at a house in the suburbs. He spent half of his life making auto parts. He dealt with the layoffs, got an IT job, and raises kids like statistics now. Every so often he thinks of his daughter, and she wakes up still consumed by his silence, and he wonders why she don't call him. She gets by, goes through with her life. She occasionally thinks about how it's his fault that she's fallen. Belly up, belly up. Belly up, belly up. She's fallen. Belly up. Belly up, belly up. She's fallen. So we are all lonely, we are all if onlys. We are all porcelain dolls on display. We are all products of hardworking Americans. But we're roadblocks to efficiency. We are the inaccuracies. We are the victims of a culture that describes happiness in economics. And we wake up unfulfilled in the silence of a million clueless fucking patriarchs. Like Gerald Lee Palmer, who misses his daughter, but he never even talked to her. And it's his own fault now that he's fallen. Belly up, belly up. Belly up, belly up. He's fallen. Belly up. Belly up, belly up. He's fallen. In a small room with the door locked, an attempt to keep your heart stopped. You couldn't talk, they call a professional so ostentatious. You puffed, they blew your manhood up like a big blowfish. You took to the Rhodes, you were reawakened with a step to the light with a new set of fears, though it's not over till the blowfish squeals. Oh, 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 oh. When I found you, you were dry heaving in front of the mirror, stripped down and screaming. Said you'd cut your appendage if it meant you'd never hurt again. You couldn't have what you never wanted. How could we smells like a faggot. I said, Danny, could you tell me what exactly all your dad meant? He said, you don't wanna be sick now. Now do ya, or do ya? Me and Jenny had a good time laughing and taking off our clothes to explore each other's bodies. She said, I don't wanna disappoint you, but you can never be my girl. Either way, we spent a lot of time together. There were questions over gender, but we settled it with me in time. She said, that's how it is. I said, that's fine. To ask the question, he said you could pull it off, why not avoid all the attention? He said, don't you know you could have it much easier? Me and Jenny held on to our contradiction, and we didn't let it go until we took it to the limit, though. In the end, it cut her deeper, 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 deeper. Jenny's dad had a knack for condescension. He said, girl, what you doing? Always looking for attention. Could you get over this phase now? You embarrass me. To my friend with the clever little question, said, I know what I could do, it'd be easier. By and by, I shouldn't have to. Principle that stands as we drove across what seemed like an ocean then, and it was overdue when you told me at a truck stop off in nowhere how you struggle with your past. I know you do, and I remember you told me how you thought one's father defines one's country, and what if it was true what they say about how your mother defines your home. And you can switch the parts up all you like, but what you were talking about was justice. And I remember you said you fight where you stand. I remember you. You said it's all or nothing, kid. If it's in your backyard, it's in your courthouse. And you said it's all or nothing, kid. You can't have the half without the whole. And if you never dream of something bigger, you'll never get out from where you are. And I remember you said you fight where you stand. I remember you. That she seemed as a sculpture of stone to those who grew up living history's end. She said, if there's something worse than not living to see what the worth of your work is, it's living to find no one's heard that you fought for it. And Carol Rhodes, no one ever said that it would be understood. Understood. to be shook. Harold Arthur grew up fighting for something that then seemed impossible. Liberation from a law. He said, when you're not worth as much as the other folks riding the bus, you put up a fuss, put your life above some law. And Harold's blood, no one ever said that it would be understood. Understood. And Carol Rhodes explained, sometimes you just do what you know that you should, even when don't feel good. Sha-la-la, 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 sha-la-la. Sha-la-la, Carol Rhodes, she said. History books may have said this is how things always looked, but things have been shook. They have been shook. Carol Rhodes, she said, if there was just one thing that could be understood, it's that we've since seen things that we thought that impossible. If listen up, it's your fault. Don't try to blame me, it's all that you hear when your dear ones fall. Expect no help at all. If you want your old life, then you're crazy, that's how you'll be met when you've spent a night away from home. But when you're there, when you're there, when you're there, you can't stay. No, it's not fair. But when you're there, when you're there, you go crazy. my mom at the end of her life, as I know that she would be for mine. It's not obligation that leads me to say it, it's just how I intend to spend the time. No person who gives out a part of themselves will ever be truly forgotten. These parts will change hands and they surpass lifespans alive as long as they're passed along. Remember the parts passed to me, and after she's gone, I will remember my mom. My mother sat like a book on the shelf through the cold autumn years of her life, replaying her memories like a tape on repeat, over and over in her mind. She'd always been the kind of a mother who would put others before herself, this much I know. There were men in her life who took well advantage before they got up to go. Imagine all of your memories, mistakes that you made, played over in your mind like the loop of a tape. To my mother's regrets, for which she lost rest, they keep you awake at night. Could you tell me that, Father? Do your memories haunt you, sir? Or are you content with what you left behind? Sir, I will not be for yours. You've done nothing to earn it, and frankly, you don't deserve it, so you won't be receiving that reward. There are people whose names are passed down generations, and sir, yours is not one of them. Consider it a consequence of a mistake that you made, for which there will never be amends. How is that for a memory to keep you awake? There are parts that you gave to me, there are parts of us all, I think, that are better off left behind. There are parts of us all that are better left to die. history's erased. These are the hands around our necks. But when you're squeezed this hard, you burst. It's cause and effect. 'Cause if you back a dog into a corner, she will bite you wherever she can. I am a dog, and I will bite you wherever I can. Indiscriminate enrage, we may not issue our demands. If we are dogs, then we will bite you wherever we can. Glass and the shattered pavement stones, we will be glanced upon and judged by the moralistic. But what use is a moral code to the daughters of broken promises, to the sons of abusive technologies? We are the ones who know too well that if you back a dog into a corner, he will bite you again and again. I am a dog, and I will bite you again and again. And again if I have to. I am a dog, and I will bite you again and again. 'Cause if you back a dog into a corner, she will lash out and bite you. I am a dog, and I will bite you wherever I can.
You're a dead man, Finn.
No, sir. I'm an anarchist.
Where the sun sets wildly over the horizon. In the moment you learn we can't concentrate on everything. No, it breaks your heart as strongly as you'd like to. These sun-bleached memories see you stand on the beach beside the ocean. Underneath the clouds above the Badlands, I see a picture like a still frame standing strongly beneath the sun. When it was you, me, and no one but the ghost we shared. Though there was always talk, we could have lived without it. Though we've come to doubt it, always surrounded by it. And for whatever loss there were, the 100 things we learned. To the point of no return, we would stand by it. And I imagine you like others here left in America, the red grass prairies, the Niobrara River. Knowing the moment you learn we can't concentrate on everything, you will always be my Antonia Shimmerda.
There seemed to be nothing to see. No fences, no creeks or trees, no hills or fields. If there was a road, I could not make it out in the faint starlight. There was nothing but land. Not a country at all, but the material of which countries are made.